You ever hear the expression, just because you can do something doesn't necessarily mean that you should? We'll be talking about that. Hi everyone, welcome to Palvatech. Today we're talking about the Falcon Eyes RX18TDX2 100 watt bicolor waterproof LED light. That's right, you heard me correctly. This light is 100% waterproof, and we'll get into that in just a little bit. First, a disclaimer. Falcon Eyes sent this unit over several months ago wanting to know what I thought about it. I have been testing it out. First, using it as a regular flat panel LED light, and then seeing how it performed in water. Just like always, this review is my own opinion, and Falcon Eyes did not pay me to do this review, nor were they allowed to see this video until now that it's been published. This light comes with a lot of components in the box, and I was actually surprised at how many accessories were thrown in there. There's the 100 watt light itself, obviously, together with the power adapter, control box, and special waterproof connection cords. But they also included not one, but two separate light diffusers. One is a grid softbox, and the other is a diffuser dome. Lastly, they also included a variety of mounts, both Velcro and metal. There's no fan noise at all, obviously, with this light, and it is as flat as a pancake, right? And it's firm, but flexible, and it will bend in either direction. Now, the color temperature on this light ranges from 3000 to 5600 Kelvin. You have a mix of 1/2 cool LED light and 1/2 warm LED light. And because of this, if you put this light, say, all the way to 5600 Kelvin, you're now using only the cool LEDs. In other words, you only have half the amount of light. Same thing if you want to warm it up to 3000 Kelvin. And it's at its very brightest when you mix the two together. However, this is a bright light, even at one end of the spectrum. Right now, as you're seeing it, it is at 31%. Here's 1% all the way up to 100%. Okay, we're gonna do a test now. What you normally see myself lit primarily by is an Aputure 120D. That's my key light. We're gonna swap that out for this Falcon Eyes light. This is the before. Here I am being lit by the Aputure 120D. And here I am now being lit by the Falcon Eyes. Have a look at the difference right here. I applied exactly the same color grading and exposure settings in post-production, but I probably could have matched them even more closely if I were taking more time with it. Right now, this light is at 61%. Remember, my other one, the Aputure, was at 100%. Let's put the Aputure 120D back one more time. And here's the 120D. Now, the control box that comes with the unit is really well built and solid. I actually prefer it to my Aputure one that came with my 120D. The controls are easy to use, and I love that they have physical buttons for both dimming and changing the color temperature. Also, the dimming of the light is stepless, and you get a choice of either 1% at a time while you're turning the dial, or you can switch it in more of a bulk adjustment mode and increment the values by 5 at a time. It also has DMX lighting control ports on the bottom that allow you to better link multiple lights together for a single console control. And there's a function button that provides features such as strobe, police car, pulsing, and stuff like that that nobody uses. At the top, there is an antenna for connection to a handheld remote control, but the remote control is not included. You have to buy that separately. Apparently, there is some sort of an app that you can use to control the light, but when I downloaded and tried using it, it was such bad software that I just gave up. Now, the control box comes with this mounting clamp, which is really handy. It fits right on the side here, just like this. And this is great because it allows you to mount it to any kind of a stand or a pole or anything. The light itself is very easy to set up in all kinds of different configurations. This little mount that it comes with attaches right to the corners, just like this. It sets up in seconds, just like that. Then you can simply use this included mount that goes right on here, just like this. And it can mount right to any light stand. What's great about it is how thin this is and how little space this takes up. Then you take the diffuser dome that comes with it and use the Velcro right to attach it to the back. And just like that, you have some very soft light that you can turn up and make bright. You can also use the included grid softbox. I'm now at 100% with this. You get two power options with this light. You could either plug it directly into a wall outlet, or you can use a D-Tap V-mount battery just like this and power it right from the battery, in which case you would not need the wall outlet anymore, right? And that leads me nicely along to the final topic of this video, using this light in water. This light is officially certified for an IPX8 waterproof rating, and it can be used in a water depth of up to 30 meters for 30 minutes. Now, I didn't get down to 30 meters, but I did have this light submerged for about 2 hours straight, and it worked absolutely wonderfully. Being able to shape light in the water, adjust the color temperature, and also bend the light opens up all kinds of possibilities. I really wanted to spend more time testing that. It was a lot of fun. And from what I can see, it definitely lives up to the promise of a lightweight, flexible underwater light. Now, with that being said, we need to talk about something rather serious, and that's the power options you have while you're using this light in the water. Have a look at this. This is water, okay? Now see that there's an electrical cord running straight out of the water and into the control box, out of the control box, and running along where it finally plugs directly into the wall outlet. I am just not comfortable with that. Sitting in a body of water, right, with a device that's directly connected to a power wall outlet, listen, in no way at all am I saying that this light is unsafe. I'm not saying that. I'm sure it's extremely safe, but I just don't have it in me to do that. As I mentioned at the very start of this video, just because you can do something doesn't necessarily mean that you should. But what about you? Would you get into a tub of water with this thing submerged, plugged directly into a wall outlet? Let me know in the comments below. I am curious what you think. Luckily, there is that extra option to use the D-Tap battery and completely disconnect from the wall outlet. And yes, that is the option that I ended up doing. Yes, I know there's still a risk. And I was in the water with this light for several hours testing it out, and it worked great. I barely even used a quarter of this D-Tap battery the entire time. It lasts for a while. Now, I do have a couple of issues with this light. The first is that I wish they had included a remote control with the main unit. Using a third-party app is clunky and not a reliable option to be using on set. You can get a remote, but it has to be bought separately, and I wish they had included it with the light. Secondly, the control unit itself. It's not waterproof. So you are limited, right, by the distance from the control unit to the light, right, wherever the light happens to be in the water. If you're out shooting in really bad weather, the light will be fine, but you just need to make sure that you protect and cover this main control unit. I wish they had included some kind of a bag or a cover or something that would have protected it. Or sell a version of this control unit, completely separate version like an add-on that is completely waterproof for a higher price. And third, I wish they had included better setup instructions and just more information in general about this light. This light really excels if you have a small space, and it's perfect for YouTubers or small studios or being on location where you need to have somebody manually holding and positioning this light. And of course, if you need to shoot in bad weather, light up rain scenes, or go full bore into the water, this light can handle that as well. It's very cool. All in all, considering all of the accessories that you do get and configurations that you can do with this light, I think it's a good value for the price. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you found the video helpful or at least entertaining. And if you did, be sure to give it the like and subscribe. I will see all of you in a new video very soon. Take care. Just like that, and once you do that, you can disconnect from the power. Oh. Whoops! Didn't have it right.